This is some bomb ass strawberry banana smoothie from McDonald's. I'm gonna need for y'all to not sleep on this because this is delicious. But hey, this is your girl Naja Natalia. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe to my channel and get to know me. Anytime, anywhere, I am doing YouTube videos now. So I'm trying to be more consistent, more updated, more Shazam and pizzazz and whatever, sparkly personality. But today, I want to dig into something very deep, very honest, and mostly my opinions that I've been holding for a long time. So, colorism, my life to what's happening now to what's going to be like in the future. So for me, as a Afro-Latina, I am Panamanian and Black. I wasn't bullied because of the color of my skin, but I was bullied because I had a big forehead, I was wearing glasses. Most of the time my glasses were broken because I was po, not poor, po. And to my lips being big and having baggy eyes, being called Biggie Smalls because one boob was bigger than the other. Yeah, it's a whirlwind. Agree, I was never teased because of the color of my skin. I will say by my sister, who is a darker complexion, she did tease me because what she calls me a white girl. Well, my siblings call me a white girl because I carry, well, not say I carry myself, but I have this like, oh my gosh, type of like personality, like such a blonde, but I was smart as ever. I just have dumb moments, and it occurs to people. It happens a lot, okay? Cool. But growing up in like middle school, high school, I was never teased because of the color of my skin. I was teased for other things, but I do remember this one specific girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm just gonna call her M. So M and I, for some odd reason, we never got along. I never understood why. And I actually asked her why, because we ended up going to the same high school. She would try to fight me for like a year or two, try to fight me. Because I came from one middle school to another because we moved around a lot. And when I got to this particular middle school, we only had one class together. And I was coming out of special ed, so coming out of special ed to regular classes is a little difficult because everybody's more advanced than you and you're trying to catch up to them. But the way my mind works is, my mind during that time didn't know how to process certain things quicker than most people. So I had a hard time trying to figure out where exactly they are so I can catch up. It didn't hit me till like later on in my early 20s. But back to the story. She never liked me. She never understood why. Like I never understood why she didn't like me. And I remember in high school, she had a friend who was also a good friend of mine who happens to be dark skinned as well. She was dating a guy, and her and the guy broke up because she dumped him for his best friend. Legit, true. And then the guy started liking me, and I ended up starting liking him, and I didn't know no better. Let's just say me and the dude started dating, and it turned to a whole gang of girls coming against me, and it was like, well, you can't see her because you did this. And it was always an issue with the main one, M. Like M was the one that did not like me at all, that I had no idea why she didn't like me in the first place. So one day I asked her, why don't you like me? Because you never liked me for years. And the only thing she could say to me was, it was just something about you that I didn't like. I don't know about y'all, but to use that as an excuse is not really an excuse to why you don't like that person. You could have just been like, because of this, it's because of that, it's because of this. No, you just didn't like me because you don't know what is about me that you don't like. Like, it didn't make sense. So I was never teased for the color of my skin at all, but later on in years, I have seen people treat certain women of color, especially darker than me, a little different, and I never understood it because in my mind I was like, I thought we were all like the same community, so I didn't see the point of, you know, talking down to somebody who is also black but is a darker shade, but disrespect them but treat me better. Like, that made no sense to me, because my parents never raised any of us to treat any kind of person that way, regardless of age, shade, community, period. Now that colorism is coming up in a format of, this is what's going on and people need to speak up. I feel like, from my perspective as a, how can I say, I'm more of like a peanut butter Reese cup complexion. Not the actual like chocolate Reese cup, that peanut butter that's inside the Reese cup. I'm that complexion. Let's go with that. I'm seeing how the word preference comes about in colorism. And it hurts, because I feel like preference hurts your chances of succeeding in life. Preferences hurt your chances of moving forward, finding the one that you want to be with, finding the career that you want to go for, or whatever type of direction God gives you, and you stick with preference. Preference is never an answer to go for. See, for me, my preference is very basic. It's so basic, like smart, understanding, sweet, charismatic, non-judgmental. It could be anybody. To hear about what Chris Brown said about he prefers some type of women with good hair, and I have something to say about that, but it's just, actually I'm gonna say it now. What Chris Brown said, that's his preference. Will it lead him to a better chance in life? Probably not, because the direction that he has already taken has already fucked him up. There, I said it. And I used to be a big Chris Brown fan. Had his poster for his first album, listened to all his CDs, even though I cannot stand graffiti. I am not a fan of graffiti, and I'm also not a fan of his latest songs lately, because they all sing about the same thing, which is sex, 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 drugs, sex, 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 drugs, sex, sex, sex. Hear women, oh, he don't like dark-skinned women, blah, blah, blah. And in my honest opinion, I just think he needs to be specific of what type of woman he has to be with. And I know the term of, maybe he's talking about hair that's done and all that is not a great excuse and all. And it's really not, because I've said it, and the way I said it didn't make sense either. I just feel like Chris Brown just needs Jesus. I just think Chris Brown needs help, period. The point of colorism is that I don't think you should judge a person because of their skin tone. You should not judge a person of the texture of their hair, their class, where they came from, how they carry themselves. At all, period, point blank. Because that person that you think is the most ratchet person in the world could be the most sensitive, sweetest person in the world, and you don't know what they've been through. So to judge on who they are, or to put them in that box because of the color of their skin or where they came from, that's very disrespectful in so many ways. But with colorism, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos like I Am Iloho, who just did a video with her friend, I think it's Celia. I don't know if I said her name right, but shouts out to them. Mademoiselle, who is a lovely girl from New Jersey. I am a big fan of Mademoiselle, because she tells it like it is. She gives you all the tea, nothing but the tea. To Leah Gondon, to Jackie Aina, I feel like there needs to be more love for the women that's dealing with the most colorism. So in order for us to finally get a better understanding of colorism, there needs to be a perspective from different shades of black to describe different experiences they went through that involves colorism. And that's the only way for all of us to understand. Otherwise, we're always going to have this term of dark-skinned women are ugly and light-skinned women are better. Now, can we just give praise to all shades? Period. Now, in the makeup world with colorism, I completely understand the struggle of finding your foundation, especially for darker women. So I usually do women that are my complexion and darker. when you're trying to find their foundations, certain makeup companies don't have their foundation shade. So that's why when I see like Juvia's Place, even though they get so much hate, Juvia's Place, Fenty, Iman, what is Black Radiance, and literally Uma Beauty, there you go. There's literally different shades of our complexion. So when we have makeup lines that actually deal with stuff like that and know how to come correct with it, it makes women in our shade range, makes women in our community feel more powerful to wear our skin and makeup and be more creative and wear bright colors and dark colors, no matter what people think. I also want to say this. I think colorism comes from, depending on the person's self-esteem, what they experienced, how they were raised, what is out there in social media. And it all fits the same thing. So I'm just going to say that before, because the last part that I had kind of fits to how they experience themselves. So I want to say the type of music they listen to. So I want to count that. But I feel like self-esteem, especially in the Black community, plays a big role because it's how you carry yourself. Now, people may think that my complexion and lighter are the most confident women in the world. Newsflash, I have dealt with self-esteem for years. I'm still currently dealing with it now because when you get older and you realize your worth, people are going to test you on how you carry yourself or what they're going to put you in to see if you're going to fall through or be like, nah, fuck that, like I'm not about to do that. And I have been tested so many times with my self-esteem, and I have doubted myself so much that it took me a while to pick myself back up, be like, you know what, I'm not about to put myself through that much hell anymore. Also, self-esteem can be from who you're around, what's around you. Like, I went to a high school where there was mostly pretty girls. Like, there were women who were gorgeous no matter if, like, from the lightest to the darkest. The prettiest girls in the world always get the popular boys and everything. And with me, I was that nerdy girl who had like big boobs and like a small frame. So I was mostly attracted by the guys that liked my body. They didn't know my personality, they didn't think I was cute. Some thought I was cute, and I still end up having a boyfriend, and we're still friends to this day. But the majority of the guys that I liked just wanted some sexual pleasure out of me. And I stayed a virgin till I was 22. So what they experienced, I would say for what they experienced, they probably dealt with, you know, being called certain names and the paper bag game and shit. And it sucks because you don't know what their mindset is going to be like. You don't know if they're going to commit, they're going to hurt themselves, because we can't say the S word. You don't know if they're going to hurt themselves or do things that's going to, you know, potentially hurt them. So it literally messes up their whole chance of trying to live life. Now, what they listen to, what's on social media, and how they're raised all fits into one, because they all have the common denominator of around. Pretty much social media nowadays is around. Whoever's in their family that is raising them are around them. The type of music they listen to, around them. Pretty much saying, like, when they walk outside, their normal is their normal. My normal is different from your normal. What your normal in childhood growing up was is different from everybody else's. So the way that they defend for themselves and they carry themselves, that's why they act the way they act, because of what they were around and what they went through. And I remember there was a point in Eloho's video where she asked her friend, does that also depend on class? And her friend says, yes, but class is not always about money. And that is the absolute truth, because class is more than just money. Class is how you carry yourself. Class is what you were brought up and what's around you. So all that fits into the play of colorism and how they see themselves in that situation. And I'm going to end this video like this. We as mostly women, I'm speaking to the women right now, we as women have to stop putting ourselves in situations that has nothing to do with us. If one man is saying something about one person, we all don't have to jump in. It's not our fight at all. We also need to work on our self-esteem, our confidence, the way that we carry ourselves, and how we present ourselves to the world. We also need to understand that not everybody is evil, but not everybody is nice. So you have to find that balance of who's worth it, who's not. And I'm just gonna end the video with this right here. Don't let colorism define us. Define yourself. Then you can fight against colorism. That is my video for today. Thank you so much for staying. If you like my video, if you have any comments that you want to say to me, please like and comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be sure to pull up more videos in no time. I feel like the next video that I will most likely do will be a story time. So that will be later on this week. Most likely Friday or Saturday. So stay tuned. I'll keep y'all updated and I'll see y'all. Bye.